Hello, my crafty family. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you the episode 271 of Craft Roulette. We had Amy and her daughter Rai as the guest, and the project was a matchbook card, colors park, element key or keys, and random curve and straight. So once again, this week I came out with like a whimsical matchbook card that invite you to take the key to adventures. That was what we had, right? And it was inspired by a walk through the park, which I do almost every other day. And it's like based also on an image from one of Betty Penny's Four Season um, paper pad. And it was very inspiring to go with the colorful flowers. And of course, in my stash, I found a vintage key that, of course, was there because of Craft Roulette. And I blended, those hills and the valleys, and that made the curve and straight elements. That was the random part. So here's a card that I made for you this week. And to make this matchbook card, which is not very used every time or very often by many people, what I did, I used a craft cardstock. The base was a 4 1/4 by 12. I scored it at 1 to have the flap, then at 5 1/8 and 5 1/4 to give, that really matchbook look. So when it folds, it forms a classic matchbook structure. And the bottom flap had the curve already. So I just had to tuck it under the top to create the closure. So here it is. It opens up and I have a matchbook card. So let's dive into the details of what I made. I had used an evergreen cardstock for the panel, the background, that gives an anchor to the scene. It's like the really grounded for the park inspired because we are in summer here in South Florida. So we do have all those, luscious green scenes. And for that, I have put a window because that was the first thing that came to my mind. It's like we are looking through a window. And I use that window die cut that I have to frame the landscape image. And it's like it's a cozy view from somebody's happy place, right? Okay. So, or you are sitting on a park bench, right? Many things can happen, right? And I had done that on 3 different layers to give the level of separation that I'd like. I didn't put any foam tape this time because that was enough to create what I wanted. So, and it shows you that scenic view. You have the image that has the trees, the hills, the flowers, and the clouds in the background right there. And it's all in nature tones, and the greens, the peachy skies, the warm golden browns. And the window frame itself is cut from a green recycled paper that I had that has gold accent on it, and I like that. And it's also one way to do the curve and the straight lines, right? See, stretch it. And for the sentiment, uh for me, of course, it came from this, and I had it in my stash because of Craft Roulette, right? And it's just take the scenic route. And I found the key. It's a vintage key. I just die cut it and put it on the side of it. And it's really telling you take the key to an adventure. That's my thought. And it's just for me a way to really have a storybook feel. It balances the card kind of, it has horizontal line and it contrasts with the structure and gives you that organic feel. So let's recap what I did. On the matchbook flap, I have the white washed also to remind you of the wood, so that might be under the window sill that you have. I have my matchbook, really matchbook, right? It has that feel. Those who remembers matchbook, that how it come with that little flap here. I have the vintage key, and the color inspired from a park, and I have curve and straight lines. And that's it. A matchbook card full of scenic beauty, park inspired charm, and details that are covering the different parameters for this week. If this project inspired you, you know what to do. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and I'd like to know, what will the key of your adventure be this week? What your next card will take you to? Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and until next time, keep crafting.